Well, it is yet to be decided that who invented Labor Day, but some people have suggested that two brothers who were carpenters, and one named as Peter J. McGuire and other was Matthew McGuire, have invented the Labor Day, and they have suggested that 1st May will be the holiday for the Labor Day, that they have achieved their social and economic benefits on that day. This is a very important question which needs to be answered today. Basically, most of the developed countries are giving their laborers some good facilities, like they have fixed minimum wages which are very good to sustain in those countries, and they have some really good labor laws which are being strictly applied by the labor unions in those countries. But when we talk about the developing countries, the situation is really miserable there.
On a side street on the outskirts of the Bangladeshi capital Dhaka, Runa is learning the tools of a trade she once walked away from. On the morning of the 24th of April 2013, she was working here for a company that made clothes for major international retail brands when the walls of the factory crumbled around her. She was eventually dragged from the rubble along with more than 2,000 mostly garment workers. 1,137 people didn't survive when the 9-story building collapsed. Runa spent 6 weeks in hospital. She received some compensation, but doesn't consider it justice or think the Bangladeshi legal system will help. The worst industrial disaster in Bangladeshi history heaped pressure on global brands which have their clothes made at low cost in Bangladesh. Some foreign firms have signed up to new agreements to improve workplace conditions, but rights groups say not nearly enough has been done. Workers' advocates are calling for proper compensation.
I am also a student of engineering management, and mostly we came across a lot of cases in which we have been taught that most of the brands which are coming under the group of Inditex, like Zara, H&M and OVS, and list goes on. They all have outsourced their supply chain. They all have outsourced their production line to the developing countries because they are getting some cheap labor from those countries. So my point is that these global brands should have some follow-up of their suppliers, that what are the conditions where their products are being produced, in under what facility, under which production facility their products are being produced, because mostly these are women workers and these are child laborers who are producing their goods, and their goods are being selling in Europe and all around the world at very expensive price. The story doesn't stop here. The number one smartphone selling brand, Apple, is also accused of workers' violation in China. They are violating labor laws in China in their smartphone manufacturing companies, in their smartphone manufacturing factories. And in the end, I just request and appeal to all organizations and all NGOs who are working for the labor laws and who are working for the rights of labor to take some action against these global brands and their manufacturing facilities which are treating laborers like the animals. And I appeal to you guys to share this video as much as possible to create an awareness that what is being done in the manufacturing facilities of these global brands in the developing countries. And share this video as much as possible to create the awareness, and subscribe the channel if you like the video. Thank you very much.